Hey everyone. I sincerely apologize. I was looking at my video stream the other day and realized I have not put up a video in a month. So I'm not going to use the standard YouTube excuse, I've been so busy. But I have been busy adding some new titles to the collection and cleaning them as I obtain them. So I'm going to show these in kind of a random order. Most of these are thrift finds with a few exceptions, and I'll explain those. So let's get started. Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack. I thought this was a fun one. Thing is in absolutely mint condition, and of course has the Axel F theme performed by Harold Faltermeyer. This was kind of a cool one. The Headliners, Volume 2 from Columbia. And where else would you find these guys? Dave Brubeck, Johnny Cash, and Miles Davis on one album. I thought that was kind of neat. Throw in some of these other guys like Mitch Miller, Patti Page, Roger Williams, and you've got the Headliners, Volume 2. Thing sounds amazing. This was apparently available to club members only, so this was some version of Columbia House. Speaking of Columbia, Dave Brubeck Quartet in Europe. This is a Columbia 6i. I picked this up at a music store in Leominster, Massachusetts. Found some other really great finds there, and let's see here. This next one, this is from Staples. Quincy Jones, Walking in Space. This is a promotional copy. Kind of cool because I have another promotional Quincy Jones. This one has Killer Joe on it, which I always thought was a great song. George Carlin, Class Clown. And this has, you see this little label? Has the 7 dirty words on it. Recorded live at the Santa Monica Civic Auditorium. This next one, also at Staples. Frank Sinatra, Look to Your Heart. Beautiful cover. I've never seen this one out in the wild. Have never seen it before. This next one I also got at the music store in Leominster. Chuck Berry, St. Louis to Frisco to Memphis. Includes the memorable Fillmore concert with the Steve Miller Band. I never knew that Chuck Berry recorded with Steve Miller. Apparently he did. Another Staples find, Stevie Wonder, Inner Visions. Classic album. Has Living for the City and Higher Ground on it. On the Tamla label, which of course is a subsidiary of Motown Records. This next one I also got at Staples. Joe Jackson, I'm the Man. Really talented guy. On your radio, of course, I've heard before. Just a multi-talented musician. This next one, this was a fantastic find, I thought. The Pretenders, Learning to Crawl. This is in the original shrink wrap, and you can see that red label is from Strawberries, which was a mob-owned record store chain in New England. This says Middle of the Road on it, Back on the Chain Gang, and My City Was Gone. Practically mint copy. I can never resist picking up records by these artists. The Mama and the Papas, 16 of their greatest hits. Really nice. History of the Everly Brothers. This was another Staples find. 2-record set. History of the Everly Brothers. This one I got at the record shop in Leominster. The Troublemaker by Willie Nelson. This is on Columbia Lone Star. Next pieces I'm going to show you are some 8-track cartridges. Okay, these things are such a blast to collect. 8 tracks. When I see them, I cannot resist buying them. These are all from the little record shop in Leominster. Start out with the Eagles, Hotel California. I actually think I have a copy of this somewhere, but next one, Johnny Cash, The Johnny Cash Show. You see by that red cartridge, I believe that is Columbia House. Black Sabbath, Paranoid. I don't even have this on vinyl, but when I saw it, I couldn't get my hands on it fast enough. I thought it was a really cool one. This next one, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. I have this on vinyl. I also have it on compact disc, but now I have it on 8-track. Dark Side of the Moon. And this last one, the Beatles, Rubber Soul. And someone told me online that they dropped Drive My Car off of it. Kind of odd. I think it's partially to fit the 8-track format, and they rebundled and repackaged all these songs for the American audience, so that probably went on the next cartridge. But the Beatles, Rubber Soul on Capitol. Next, we're going to look at some Goodwill finds. These were all 80 cents a piece from my local Goodwill. Santana's Abraxas, I think is how you pronounce it, on Columbia. And much to my amazement, this actually had a Santana poster on the inside that originally came with it. Kind of cool. This next one I have a copy of, but I could not resist this, and I believe this was a first pressing. Led Zeppelin 4. I cleaned this yesterday and listened to it. Blown away. Absolutely blown away. It sounds so fresh, so detailed, so crisp. Honest to gosh, these guys were amazing. Just amazing. And I think I'm getting back into Led Zeppelin, but Zeppelin 4 is a monumental, colossal rock and roll masterpiece. Has rock and roll on it. Also has Stairway to Heaven, Misty Mountain Hop, When the Levee Breaks. Absolutely thumps. I had this on my main system with the JBL Northridges and the Carver amplifier. I could feel the bass pounding in my chest. Just so amazingly crisp, detailed. Just a great spin. This next one was kind of a wild card. Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Tarkus. Of course, it has that famous armored armadillo. This is from a local radio station here in Worcester, WICN. I believe all of these were dropped off by that radio station because they were in beautiful condition. The next one, Pink Floyd's Animals. Has that classic cover, kind of, I guess, a Great Britain factory of some kind. Beautiful. Chick Corea, Return to Forever. Of course, well-renowned electric pianist, Chick Corea. Uriah Heep, Demons and Wizards. This is on the Mercury label. Demons and Wizards. I was thrilled to find this one, Blondie's Parallel Lines, which I already have a copy of, but this one is a Italian pressing. This was printed in Italy and even has the name and address of the original owner from Roma, Italy, which is Rome. The Worst of Jefferson Airplane, which is actually considered to be a classic album. It's not their worst. It's kind of a, I guess, a play on words. It even uses the original RCA Victor labeling, and I thought the record itself looked really cool. Has a RCA Victor label on it. Another Jefferson Airplane, Volunteers, considered to be a classic album from the late 60s. And the whole San Francisco movement. Next one I thought was kind of cool. The Beach Boys, High Water, 2-record set. A deluxe 2-record set. Beautiful artwork. I think that should do it. I think that should do it for now. We're up almost to 1,000 subscribers. I wanted to thank everyone, and thanks for being patient. More good content to come, and hope you enjoyed this video. Take care for now.